Alright, this is Little Highway, also known as Divine Wind X on NA Survey. I'm a Plat 5 ADC main currently. I'm taking a little bit of a hiatus, working on some computer issues and whatnot. I'm going to be reviewing, what is his name? 3 Pounds Tristana game. He's in Silver 4 currently. Has some questions on some certain games. I'm going to go over the first one. We're going to go ahead and start right off. We're going to go open up into his runes and masteries, make sure everything looks fine. We've seen some wonky stuff, gotta make sure everything looks good. Oops, let me move this over here, my apologies. So we're going to look at his AD page. It looks good for the most part. We have attack speed quints on all 3 of them. I think that's great. We have flat AD reds. I think that's fine. We have armor yellows. That's fine. We have a mixture of MR blues and attack speed blues. That's a little... you can get away with that for the most part. You should be fine with that for like 95% of the time. The only time you'd ever see any kind of issues with that kind of rune setup is whenever you be against lanes such as like a Sona or Annie or Zyra, some high poke lanes or a burst, then you'll be really hurting, wishing you took that extra MR, because when you're down low on your HP, you ain't gonna be attacking stuff that much. So I generally just take straight MR blues all the way through and through. That's personally me. If you like the extra attack speed, go for it. If anything, you can make 2 AD pages, one with extra attack speed and one without, so you can swap it between before you can make it more in a case by case situation. That's up to the user. Alright, gonna look over the masteries. So we have the standard masteries. I'm gonna do defense tree because it's quick and easy. It's all standard stuff. Champion block damage. You have health regen per 5, the base health upgrades, and then 3% maximum health. That's great. Good stuff. So we're going to move on to the offense. We have Feast and Butcher. I think those are fantastic for laning, help for great lane sustain. 3 points in Executioner. I think that's fantastic. We have a Dangerous Game. Some people don't like this. I personally do. I think it's fantastic on especially reset champions. I take on anyone that I'm going 21 offense in, personally. If I'm going 21 on offense, I'm going to take Dangerous Game, personally. And I think it's even better on Tristana since she has resets. So now we have 4 points into Fury. Good. I'm not quite sure of these off the top of my head, but they're basic AD masteries. Gives you flat 80 and 80 per level. And then we have our, I believe this is a percent 80 bonus. It's called Warlord. I generally take like 1 or 2 points into this. Sometimes not even any points in this. I always take 3 points into penetration. Always pick up Lucky Strikes, and I always pick up Havoc, which is a percent increase in damage. Blade Weaving and Spell Weaving, those are more of a case-by-case scenario. On Tristana, I don't think you should be taking this personally. I really don't. You're not using your spells that often in lane and trading and whatnot. The most you ever do whenever you're trading is auto E auto, and that's 1 auto attack, and it's not going to stack up in any way. So you're getting like 1%, and you're foregoing for this 1 point. You're foregoing this for some penetration. So 1% for 2%, and that's 1% damage versus penetration. So it's not even worth it, even if it was a higher, even if you could get like 3%. I wouldn't even say it's worth it. If you really want that, take the point out of Warlord, put it back into penetration. That's what I would do, because Warlord's not worth it. You can have all 3 points into it. It gives you like how much? 3.5 gives you 5% 80. Late game you have like 380. That's what, like 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 80. That's like a long sword. I don't think it's worth it. I don't think it's worth it. Don't waste your time with it that much. Don't dwell on it too much. But I would take it over, say, Spell Weaving though on Tristana. But that's my personal take on that. Alright, we're gonna go into the game now. I would prefer if you held tab early on so I could get a look of what everyone's everyone's summoner spells and what the lane matches are, so it helps me get a little bit more into it. I glanced through it like the first several minutes, so I know it's a Tristana Braum versus a Lucian Blitzcrank, and I still don't even know what the summoners are. I don't know what Braum's taking, if he's taking Exhaust or if Blitz is taking Ignite or Exhaust. So we're going to go right into it. I'm going to be focusing mostly on you. Hopefully you be as well. So let's go right into it. I'm going to Try to play some music in the background to cover up the awkwardness when I am not talking. Alright. So we have a very standard start. 1 potion, 1 Doran's Blade. Seems everything to be very good. Alright. So I've noticed so far is I really like you have yet to skill anything into any of your abilities. This is great. Keep this with you. Tell it to your friends. It's fantastic. It will save you so many times. Because if you get late invaded, or if you get invaded right here and you skilled your E, well, you have to blow your flash. You have to blow flash and heal, and you're gonna die. It's just good, and you're gonna lose. It's gonna be very hard to come back from that, especially if the jungler decides to camp you. Whereas if you don't skill it, say they do come, you could pop a W into, you could put a point into your W and hop right out, and you know what? You can still somewhat make it through your lane phase a lot more safer because you don't have to worry about ganks so much because you still have your summer spells. So it's a very good thing to get into, to always hold off putting points into your skills right away. Vi, I think, play passive versus Rise, both an early gang. Alright, we're going to be leashing for the jungler. There's usually a general rule is 3 auto attacks and get out of there. That's like bare minimum. That's what I generally do as well. You can do 3 autos and a spell. It's pretty good. Try your best not to overstay because then you're foregoing some experience and whatnot. Alright, looks like they were trying to bush camp you. Lucian misses his Q. Blitz just walks up. Q's him. You throw a couple autos back. Alright, so you didn't even use your E at all in that trade at all. You could have instantly E'd the Lucian. Blitzcrank doesn't have his grab, so you're at real no threat. I don't know if he has Ignite, that's the only thing. Braum Q'd the Blitzcrank. If anything, you should have instantly gone all over that Blitzcrank, because he was in your creep wave. You'd have been taking creep advantage. You could drop a ward into that bush and just gone crazy on him. You just have to keep an eye on Lucian to make sure he doesn't dominate you. So that'd be the only problem, so you'd be a little careful about that. But you could definitely at least gotten a couple more autos, and at least thrown your E onto someone or something. Alright, so now you go to ward. Looks like you're going to lose the level 2 push, so we'll see how you play that out. Alright, you're 3 for 3, doing well. Lucian misses his Q. Got that E auto, good stuff. Missing some CS, and it's 2 CS, that's not good. See how much that chunked him? If you got an auto in before you threw that E, he'd be further lower. Alright, we have level 2, he misses his Q again. Gotta be careful for the Blitzcrank grab. Miss. You autoed that too early, and you lost that to the turret. Hit. Oh man, that would have been fantastic. That would have been a good chunk of damage to proc that Braum passive. I think I've been okay though. Your goal here in this lane is to survive and live, because Tristana and Braum, it's a pretty weak lane early on. They're both pretty shitty early. So I think it's all good that you're playing passive, because you're winning lane basically right now. As long as you're even CS, you're winning lane. Because you scale so much better than this Lucian could ever dream. Alright, we're at 11 CS. We've gone through 3 minion waves now, I believe. We're working on our 3rd. I think last time I checked, we missed what, 5 or 6. You dodged that work. Oh my goodness. That was a good dodge though. Alright, missed another. Missed another. Okay, I would have taken a point in my W since they have a Blitzcrank. Sure, he's been landing hooks, but it only takes one. Lucian wasted all of his trade potential. Alright, so when I don't know if you've played Lucian, but what he excels at is trading and poking in lane. And by this I mean, so ideally what Lucian would want to do would be an auto Q passives auto attack, and that would do a decent amount of chunked damage to you. Now what you saw there was he auto to creep, Q to creep, the Q missed, and then he used his passive auto attack onto a creep as well. So he used all of these, his entire I guess early game rotation of harass and trading on creeps. That would have been your invitation to walk up and auto him and throw your E on him. You would have automatically won that trade because he wasted it all on creeps. And you have a point and click. It's pretty easy to land and pretty difficult to miss. Still need to work on the CSing issues. You could have maybe coordinated with your support to save the stack for your cannon, but that's more of a specifics, and you shouldn't have to worry about that. That was a really good Braum cube by him. Alright, still doing really well. I'm pretty sure he's chugged his potion, so you're up a potion, so you're pretty far ahead right now. I can't tell because you have yet to select the enemy. Alright, so Blitz is still fairly healthy. He has 3 potions. You deselect him. Braum wants to seem to get aggressive. I don't blame him. Oh, there's no wards yet. I don't know the enemy jungler. It's Fiddlesticks. Okay, Fiddlesticks just showed. Maybe you're fine. You could just let Braum do his thing. Oh man, this Braum is landing every Q on this guy. Alright. You could, if you wanted, you could ping this. You could ping the Lucian as a target and ping assist me pings for Vi to hopefully come down bot lane to show that, hey, Lucian's low, you can maybe get something here. Of course, you don't really want to spam anything. It's usually about ping him once and help me ping like 1 or 2 times. As a general easy thing of, hey, help. Okay, so he gets hooked. Promises Q. You don't proc that passive. You should have proc that. You could have gotten at least 2-3 more autos on that Blitzcrank. You also don't. What? You also didn't auto Lucian all after you threw your E on top of him. That was very poor. You could have played that trade out much better. Now we just noticed that he used his heal. For whatever reason, he decided to use his heal early on. Maybe he wants to stay in lane longer. I don't know. He used his heal. Now, I believe the cooldown is 4 minutes. If you don't know the cooldown of it, you can always hover over your own heal and it will tell you and be like, hey, my heal is 4 minutes, his must be 4 minutes. So then you could be like, in my head, okay, it's about 6, he used his heal about 6 minutes, he won't have heal until 10. Well, you're definitely going to be hitting level 6, so you could think in your head, okay, about level 6, we're going to go all in on him, and he's going to get destroyed, because he doesn't have heal anymore, he's down in health, and he's pretty much looks like he's given up all kind of pressure in the lane. Alright, it's very difficult getting those last hits as Tristana, but it's something you need to practice on. Okay, Fritz hooks the cannon. I don't know if he was trying to secure the cannon or he was trying to hook you. And you missed the cannon as well, so that's not good. Blitzcrank is just chilling in the back. Oh, there's a lag spike, that was weird. Lucian throws a random Q out, misses. Alright, should be warding now. Just to be careful, because for the fiddle gank, you may not be able to do too much early on, but regardless, that fear will hurt you. He's definitely not level 6 yet, based on Vi being level 4. He's probably level 5 right now. I don't know, he's still not holding tab. Oh, there it was. There it was. I'll go back, let me check out this. There it is, okay. So, Blitzcrank does not have Ignite, he has Exhaust. Braum has Heal. I don't think that's good. He should take either Exhaust or Ignite. Double heals don't work. They nerfed it. It specifically says in the cooldown, if the student has been healed, it takes, I think, 50% reduced from the progressive heal afterwards. It's not worth it. Don't do it. So, See, yep, Lucian's down his potion. Like I assume, you're still up your potion. You should be trying to trade, but not get hooked right now, because you have basically not 930 health. You have 1,080 health plus your heal. So, worst comes to worst, you have plenty of room for error. You even have Braum secondary heal. It won't help you with too much, but alright. They have Talon. They have Fiddlesticks jungle. Rise top. Okay. Like I said, try to get this when you first load in, at least for like half a second or a second, so I can look at everything, and get a somewhat of a grasp of what's going on. Alright, standard laning stuff. Good old standing laning stuff. Alright, Lucian's basically healed everything back up. Alright, how long does this laning phase go on with? Is my general opinion of this is you just don't seem to know how to trade effectively and efficiently. Maybe you don't know the enemy's cooldowns, or you don't know their damage outputs, and that comes with time, as well as looking things up on the wiki. There's nothing really more to it other than that. You definitely need practice last sitting. That's for sure. If anything, you need to practice last sitting. Okay, you have enough gold for your BF. There's no need to stay. Nothing. There's no point. Just base. Get your BF sword. You're in a great spot right now. What was the CS advantage? Like, I don't know why you're staying. You have your BF sword. There's no point. You should just base, get your BF sword, come back to lane. This puts you at risk for ganks, because say if this is becoming more of a whoever ganks this lane first loses situation when you don't back. Because if you back and you spend your appropriate amount of gold, you'll at least have a much larger chance to fight off the gank and survive, rather than right now where you still only have your Doran's blade. So definitely you should back and buy your BF sword. At least you should push out the wave and then back, of course. Alright. Just gonna skip around, see if we can get other stuff. Like I said, you need to practice on CSing, go into a custom game against Anibot, or Anibot and Caitlyn, or just Caitlyn, put on my intermediate, and try CSing without not trading. You know, I think that's great. That's what I did. I literally went into a bot game against Anibot and Caitlyn bot and tried my best to last it without getting completely obliterated by their absurd range that they're definitely going to try to abuse, but with being robots. Alright, we're still in lane, nothing's happened yet. Skip to 17 minutes. Are we still in the laning phase? Alright, so we, by some would call you technically lost laning phase since you lost your turret. I don't think so. You haven't died. So, laning phase has, to an extent, ended. You have no deaths. That's fantastic. Lucian's really strong early. You survived the early laning. So, you should be winning. Looks like Braum's died a couple times. Looks like, I guess, Fiddle ganked you. That's what it seems like. Maybe Talon ganked you. I'm not quite sure. I'm not going to go back and catch on the specific ganks. I don't think it's worth my time. I think if anything, there should have been proper warding and map awareness. Should be fine. Alright, you still don't have your IE, so it's a bad time to technically group right now. Tristana doesn't really do anything until she gets 2 items. So, you should really be trying to avoid team fighting. But she does excel really well at making her. Okay, Lucian just walks up and just completely. Whoop! Wasn't expecting the Shen thing. Shen goes in. Nice, nice. He's dead. He didn't need a flash. He would have died regardless. I wasn't expecting the Shen ulti, honestly, but I mean, good on that man. Good job. All right, so we got the kill. Got a kill out of it. Alright, so we're out of laning phase. There's only one outer turret left, and it is mid turret. So what we would like to do ideally is run down mid lane we would switch our trinket. I think, don't get me wrong, I love upgrading yellow trinket. I think it's fantastic. It's literally a secondary sightstone. One of the best upgrades you can take, especially if you're a top laner. For mid laners, junglers, take red sweepers. Supports, as soon as you get your sightstone, get your red sweeper. There's no point in having this kind of abundance of warding. For AD carries, it's a bit more on a case-by-case basis. Generally, consensus is red sweeper or blue trinket. You generally won't really see this unless I would only ever do it if I know my support is not going to be warding, or I can tell they don't know how to ward efficiently. But generally, you would take blue trinket to avoid, say, the Talon bushwhack or the Fiddlesticks ulti, or them doing Baron, and you don't want to face check 20 bushes and you can't tell because you have no vision on it. So that's generally why you see people take blue trinket on AD carries, because it's much safer from 5,000 units to check a bush than say 600 with your attack range. Alright, let's see what happens. Can't tell where you're going. You're gonna go mid, I'm assuming. It looks like you want the dragon. No one has touched a dragon in 18 minutes. Is that what happened? No drags? You don't have a dragon. You can click the rise so I can tell. Nope. I wasn't even paying attention to that tab screen. I could have checked. Alright, here's Town. Town is a big boy. He is up a level. I think he had 5 kills last time we saw. So I'm guessing Syndra's getting hurt pretty rough. Whose ward is that? Oh, yeah. So with those wards, if you're quick enough on the draw, you can left click them and they'll pop up right here, and under their passive bar, like where you have your passive located, if you hover over your mouse over it, you can see who warded, and it can help you sometimes. So we see on the map that was Talon. I mean, it's better off to know just in case to be sure. Okay, so they did get a dragon somewhere within those 19 minutes. Oh, got hooked into a blitz fiddle. You're CC'd for a million years. Rest in peace. Well, now we know why we don't like the blitzcrank. Let's see, I think I could break down bomb multi. You guys are gonna lose that. That's like a 2v5. Yeah, okay, that's good. Got out of there alive. No more casualties necessary. Alright, so that was poor warding. That's what we can tell from that. Okay, let's go back. So we have our Braum right here. We have everyone right here. So you notice who's that. Don't know who's that. We didn't click it in time. We're still looking at the map. Okay, we see Town. Okay, we saw the Blitzcrank there. We saw Lucian. There's Lucian rotating. There's Syndra. So you're like, okay, this should be safe. Nope. No vision. Maybe you're trying to go ward that bush. I don't know. My best bet would have not gone that way. I can't really blame you too much for that. I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit. I'm gonna go farm that huge wave bot lane. Farming. Not sure why Braum is down here with you. He doesn't need to watch you farm. I'm positive it isn't entertaining as it is for you, but you don't need 2 people to farm one side lane. Okay, we saw the Blitzcrank. Drop that ward. You could be farming those wolves right now, but that's fine. That tower's gone. There's no point. Ooh, there you go. About that buy. You walk up. Don't worry, he didn't have this hook, so you should be fine. Worst could happen is Talon decides to E onto you. You use W away. He doesn't have a silence anymore. It's just a slow. Fiddle's trying to. I don't know if he would tower dive you this early. I don't know about that. Oh, well, I mean, he probably gets hooked. You get some good damage in. You decide to back off. I don't know why. You're under your turret. Kill him. You could be hitting the Lucian right here. You are. Yeah, you could be hitting this guy. Look at that damage. Yeah, you go right in. Nice. You should have E'd and you should have just gone to that guy's face. And you panic healed as well. He is big and scary, but don't worry, you have Braum by your side. Hopefully Braum, if he were smart, he would ult you right away and stop whatever shenanigans. I'm not sure why Town didn't ult right there. He could have ulted him at least possibly out there. I'm gonna get this turret. You could possibly get a second turret, your Tristana. You have about 1700 gold, so you can get a Zeal and a Dagger, or a Zeal and a Brawler's Glove, if you want to stack shield. Drop that E on them. That tower is gone. Destroy towers. Good stuff. I'm gonna ward in their jungle. Now you should check to see if the red buff's up, because you have blue buff. So there's a good chance the red buff was up. You could have maybe stolen that on your way out, but it's fine. We don't need to get greedy. See, Phil's going straight to his chickens. What are you gonna buy with that 900 gold? You're not gonna spend that gold. Why aren't you spending that gold? That makes no sense to me. What are you saving it for? You could have bought pickaxe. You could have bought crit cloak. Crit cloak would have been okay. I wouldn't agree with it. You could have bought a dagger. You could have bought an avarice blade, which would help you get into your static shiv quicker. You could have bought a vamp scepter. There's a lot of things you could have done with that gold. I'm not sure why. You could have bought a pink ward, for Christ's sake. There's no point. No point keeping that ward when you have things to buy. Not sure why you only bought a Zeal. You could have upgraded your boots. I wouldn't suggest doing that, but you could have done. There's no point in having wasted gold into your inventory slot. There's no point, because you're detriment right now. You're not at your peak condition. It's like outputting only 80% because you decide, I'm not gonna really try. There's no point. You gain literally nothing from having that gold sitting there. You're not gonna get more gold because you're not getting interest on it. You know, you get interest if you bought that avarice blade. That avarice blade will give you interest. All right. I believe from Zeal it's 1700 to get PD, so you're about 500 gold off. Bot lane's starting to look pretty juicy. Looks like your jungler and your support want your bot lane farm. Oh man, is that what they're happening? No. Alright. If no one takes that blue buff, I don't think Syndra's taking that blue buff. She's been doing pretty poorly with this game, I can tell so far. You should take that blue buff. There's no point in leaving that there, because if you ever listen to any kind of jungle experience, or people who are actually know how to jungle efficiently, they'll tell you to make sure you clear your jungle camps, because they level up when they die. If they don't level up, they won't give you more. You lose out on gold and experience for not killing them. So you're doing your team a favor by killing them, because then when they respawn, they will give you more gold the next time. Alright, things are going on mid. You stole a pink. I'm not sure what's going on. You're still not looking. Fight happened. Looks like you guys lost. Guys are in position. All you all die, so I don't relax. And IFF. No. Shen seems pretty uppity. Should have just been like, I think it's been like, okay, we got this. It's like, be okay, we got this. Be like, just ult me, Shen. Be okay, we got this. You have Shen. It's fantastic. That split pushing is fantastic against this assassin pressure. This is risky as fuck. Because I don't know if you can trust this Shen. He seems like he's gone tilt. He's typing away. It's like, pass A ward and don't die easy. So I don't know if you can trust this Shen. He may be, not thinking clearly. If he's typing too much, you can't really expect anything from him. Alright, could have buy a pink ward right here as well. Pink ward's extremely invaluable. You should always have a pink ward on the map after your first major buy. If you watch any kind of high elo streamers, they'll get it as soon as after they get their BF swords. So say they back with 1650, well not 1650 because they usually tend to have potions, so about 1700 gold. About their BF sword, a couple potions and a pink ward, and such to shrink it out. I generally wait to buy my pink ward until I'm outside of laning phase, unless I'm dominating that lane where like I double killed them. That's usually when I would buy my pink ward, is once I'm outside of the laning phase. So you pink ward right here, drop in that bush, that ward's gone. Clear vision, free of mind. You don't have to worry about getting blitz hooked or fiddle ulted. Looks like, I don't know if Shen, sounds like Shen is just trolling at this point. I'm just trying to get a rise. There's a decent troll. You should be autoing your star auto. You missed on a lot of damage. You have 2-point attacks, but you should be just dumping out damage right now. You have 2 damage on it. You should just be completely obliterated. Yep. W in. You have the reset. You W in late. Still have the reset. W in on that guy. Gonna get that reset. Alright, he flashed W. There's not much you can do. You can flash out there and W away. You could have W'd over that wall. He flashed. You've been safe. I don't think he's... Is he gonna chase? He is Rise. He should be fine though. Is he still gonna keep chasing? Maybe. He didn't show up at that lane. No, he seemed good. Alright. So a little slow in reactions. Nothing more to it. Didn't see the openings, I guess. You got scared of the Fiddle ulti. I don't blame you. It's a good thing to keep your eye out for the Fiddle ulti and the Talon going in. Alright. What do we want to buy? So it looks like we're going to go for Bloodthirster. That seems like a good idea. Can we go back to this tab screen so I can have a better look at everyone's purchases? Alright, so how to make our decision on whether third item Last Whisper or third item Lifesteal. Are they buying armor? Will they be buying armor? We look at Blitzcrank. He has a Giant's Belt. That's going to build him some armor. We have Rise. He has Tab Eye and Frozen Heart. He is the anti-AD carry right now. And we see Syndra. She's really far behind. So Talon won't be building armor. Lucian's not building armor. He already has a little bit of armor. So Last Whisper wouldn't be a bad buy per se. I think Bloodthirster is good. I think it's a good buy here right now. You're definitely going to need a lifesteal regardless for his burst. His burst for Talon and Fiddle burst and Rise when he eventually does reach your face. You sold your D-Blade for that. Alright. No, I don't agree with that. So, what you just did was you sold your Doran's Blade, which was your only source of lifesteal for your BF sword. So now you have 0 sustain. So, whenever you get into fights, like that last fight, you probably would have died to that Rise. I don't think that's worth it. It's extremely greedy. Extremely greedy. Selling your lifesteal for something that's not lifesteal, I don't agree. Like, once you have lifesteal, go for it. Like, if you rush Bork, then I have less. I think it's more flexible. But when in this meta right now where we don't take lifesteal quints, you have 0 lifesteal. That's not good. It's not good at all. I don't agree with that purchase. You could have at least bought some potions for, you know, your fact of, hey, any damage you hit me now is going to stick. Brahm's farming your lane. Looks like Syndra wants to come farm your lane as well. Brahm could be helping Vi out or dropping some wards around Dragon. No, he wants that cannon. Help out the jungler. She's decided to use Smite with Dragon right up. Hopefully she has another Smite charged up. Alright, we're starting to scale pretty hard right now. For Tristana, we're doing Tristana things. So our people we want to avoid would be Talon E. And if you see him ulti, this is ballsy as fuck. Going blind into the jungle with Braum on the other side of the wall. There's Fiddle. For defensive items, we have things to think about like QSS for Fiddle Fear. For Rise's Rune Prison, his W, which is a point and click just like Fiddle Fear. So if he decides to flash and W in the middle of a fight, and you're still in the front, you're going to be screwed. So QSS would not be a bad purchase here. Banshee's Veil wouldn't be bad. It would help deter some of Talon's burst, even though he is AD. The spell shield will help you. It'll also help against Rise and Fiddle and Blitzcrank. Banshees have been a good buy. GAV great. You got a fight breaking out. Do tons of damage. Kill the first one. You can art him right away. You go ahead. You're feared. Still feared. He decides the zone is. We're gonna go back auto him. He's dead. Can't see what's going on because you're not looking forward. What happened? I don't know what you got stunned on. You decided to back up and not fight them. You get that one auto in. Doesn't do anything. Okay, you should back out. I couldn't see too much of the way the camera position. Lucian's going off. Well, you survived that fight. Good job. Alright, so you see, you have 90 health. Imagine if you had your lifesteal, you could be at least 200, maybe 400. You probably would have felt a little bit more dangerous to go in. Maybe you could have gotten some more autos off, done some more damage. Got pick up the Vamp Scepter. Alright, we're losing dragon here. Do we have any dragons yet? No, we still have no dragons. I personally take the role of shot caller whenever I play the game, because it doesn't seem like many people understand when and how to take objectives. Because right now you're losing. Let's see. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4 turrets. They have got 1, 2, 3 turrets. So you're up at 1 turret, but you're also down 3 dragons and 7 kills. That is a decent chunk of money. 7 kills equates about 300 gold per pop. That's 2,100 gold. It's about yeah, that's about almost an item advantage. But that could be you know, split around between who's got the kills and whatnot, and who's been the damages. Alright, so we want to finish up our Bloodthirster. You decide to opt for that long sword instead of, say, a pink ward for Talon ulti, or even maybe a cloth armor. You could have kept it for a potion. The long sword is not the worst buy. I think it's okay. See Lucian bot. I think there's a very good chance you could 1v1 that Lucian for sure. Looks like there's a gangbang about to go down bot lane. They see that there's a huge wave bot lane, and that they want to make sure that whoever shows up there dies. But they drop the deep ward in. Talon's kind of hovering around Fiddle's Heart, and there's now 4 shown bot lane. Shen should be pushing top pretty hard. Alright, they're inside your jungle. They're farming away. They're just chilling right next to blue buff. They're just chilling right there. Really good thing you placed that ward there, huh? Yep, not gonna push out. No. That'd be a bad idea. We have no vision on Talon. And we see several in our jungle. We're gonna take the safe route. Yep, good call. Ward over the wall just in case, so Fiddle doesn't ulti. That's decent. I do think the Warding Tome was a good buy this game, actually, more I think about it. What with Fiddle being such a prevalent problem, and you need extensive ward coverage, and you need really good vision control to play against Fiddle. That's what he excels at, is abusing the rank of vision control. We see Shen coming in from the side lane. We have Talon on the bottom. Vi's going on the Talon. Alright, going in. Shen can ult right there. He does ult. Good. Doing deeps, killing the Blitzcrank. We get Seras there. There's Fiddle. We ult him away. Like again, we have no vision in this bush for whatever reason. Still have no vision in this bush. We're losing damage. Killing the Fiddle ult. You jump prematurely. You get hooked, and it's Ripperoni. You still had your flash. You could have flashed that hook. I don't know if I could have flashed that hook personally either. I'm not gonna blame you for that. The only thing I could say is you jumped a little early. You should have known. He has Zonias. He's Zonias several times in fights. You need to keep this in your mind. Careful for that Zonias bait. You got easily baited by it. Stop. Focus me. It's annoying. Normally, you know what? You're just saying whoever's closest. You're doing your job. You're doing you. We should be trying to get our farm on. We're at 208 CS at 35 minutes. That's not terrible. I've seen worse. That's okay. Generally, you want 10 CS a minute, so like perfect ideal would be about 350. Not gonna expect that 300 to be pretty good, but you've been grouping all that lately, so we'll let it slide. Tristana, you want to make sure you keep your farm up. Take that Gromp right there, back, get your Bloodthirster. That's what you should have done right there. Been like, hey, don't really want to fight this. Dragon is in 90 seconds, that's plenty of time. Was that 3? Yeah, you'd have plenty of time to farm that Gromp. You could farm mid. You could back right now, it's what, 1180 for it? Now you're deciding to farm that Gromp. Everyone wants that Gromp, apparently. Everyone's like, hey, there's this frog, gives about 100 gold. Let's take it. From the Tristana, the one that's 8-2. Good stuff. Alright, looks like the game's about to end. So I'm assuming you guys are going to fight for this dragon. It's going to lose, you're all going to FF, or they're going to push down. is what I'm guessing is going to happen. Alright, take a look at what our items they have. They have a decent tank blitz. This Rise has hit his stride. He's finished his Seraphs, so you have to be careful for that. It's going to be a big, massive shield from that Seraph's Embrace because he has his Roa, which is fully stacked, and his Frozen Heart, which also gives mana. Talon does not yet have his Last Whisper. He has a Black Cleaver Hydra, so he's going to do some decent damage. We have Lucian. He seems to be about on par with you. 2 items. He's a little weaker since you have a PD, so you do a little better in team fights. He has 4 potions for God knows what reason. Fiddlesticks has got his Zonias. I don't know. Guess he's not farming very much. No, he's not. Neither of your jungles farm very much. It's a very low CS kind of game. Fiddles looks like he's going for, I'm assuming, Rylai is next afterwards. So we need to keep an eye out for Blitzcrank hooks. That is 1. You need to keep an eye out for Rise flashing in and Wing. That's 2. You need to keep an eye out for Talon ulting, Eing to you, blowing you up. So you need to keep an eye out for Talon, just period. That's 3. Lucian shouldn't be too much of a problem, but you need to keep an eye on him just in case, because you have a greater range than him at this point. So most of the time you should be able to hit him and he should not be able to hit to you. So you want to make sure you keep an eye on him. So if you can get some good pot shots on him, you want to take those. We have Fiddlesticks to keep an eye out for his ulti and his Flash Fears and his Zonias. So those are all things we need to keep in our mind as we are fighting, as well as being in the fight and doing as much damage as possible. Alright. If I decides to go in on the Talon, their split should focus that guy right there. Bam, bam. We grouped up really hard with that Syndra, and Bill came in. Right? Let's see. Looks like he came right here and flashed, or he came over there. I couldn't tell. You had your camera positioned so poorly, I couldn't read anything. There seems to be one thing. You have, not have your portrait centered on your champion so much. Looks like that bush is unwarded, so I guess they were camping in that bush. You have 2 wards. You could drop one over the wall, possibly. So chilling, waiting. Chilling and waiting. Goes in. Still don't have vision of Fiddle. Yes, they put the cut. There he comes. And he's behind. Oops. And there we go. That's it. That's the fight. Yep. That's Fiddlesticks. Didn't have vision of him. He's gonna make you wish you had vision of him. Right. So that's the general basic analysis of it. I hope I wasn't unclear in some parts. This is basically my first time doing this, at least voice recording. Any questions, make sure you can leave them in the comments, send me a message, whatnot. Feel free, it doesn't matter to me. Alright, well, it was a good game. I hope you do better in your next one. I don't know if I'll watch the next one, but we'll see.